All right, I'm back. Uh, Here's what I got going on with this Z. It's kind of confusing right now, but I'll show you what I've done. I'm wanting to keep, if you can look down this frame rail, it stays pretty straight up until right here, kind of where this step is. So I'm trying to keep the Z part behind that so I can kind of work off of a straight cut here, and everything will kind of tie back together once I cut it. Move the front end up 3 inches. It'll still line up nice, as opposed to if you were on this radius here of the frame. You know, you'd have kind of a weird meeting of the two pieces. So I chose to do it back here, kind of measured off of my blazer body, and I think I've got a good spot here. So anyway, this is kind of what I've done here. To keep all my lines nice and straight, I've got this old level here. I didn't level, the frame is not leveled right now. What I did was I measured off of the side of this body mount, and I drew me a line, and then off of that line I put the level up there, and I drew another line. I did that 3 times, and I got this mark here that's parallel with these two. That's my mark there. So what I've heard people say that you need to move the front of this forward when you Z the frame. Reason being is because when you bag this stuff, it moves all of your wheels, just the geometry of your suspension, moves your wheels back in your fender openings. So what I've done is I've measured off 3 inches here and here, and I've angled this 3/4 of an inch. So this line that runs from the top of the frame down at an angle, that's where I'm going to be cutting this thing. And in theory, when you cut that and you move this line up to this line to meet these, you know, you're moving the front of the frame up 3 inches. When you do that, it'll move the front end forward 3/4 of an inch. So that will in turn move the wheels 3/4 of an inch forward in the wheel opening, hopefully centering the wheel back up. I'm thinking 3/4 of an inch. A good friend of mine told me he's read that before, and I was originally planning on doing an inch, and after he said 3/4, I was thinking an inch might be too much. So yeah, so I'm going to do it 3/4 of an inch forward, 3 inches up, and then I still have to figure out the front. I got to drop the core support mounts and everything back down 3 inches, so everything will line back up as far as all that stuff goes. So anyway, that's what I've got going on with the Z so far. I'm going to sit here for a minute and make sure that all my calculations here keep working out in my head correct, and before I go to cutting on this thing. So if I change something, I'll post up another video and explain why I changed it, but as of right now, this is my plan. Cut diagonal line there and make this mark match this mark. We make this side, let's see, now we'll make this side of this mark match this side of the mark, so it'll raise 3 inches. Anyway, if I cut this thing, you'll see in another video. So anyway, that's what I got going on so far. I'll keep everybody up to date on what's going on, and wish me luck with this Z. So until next time, see ya.